after my Ricky Burns prediction last week.
What did you say?
Severely doubted myself. I couldn't see any possible way Burns would lose that fight. Proven badly wrong. And we're not just throwing comments out there, actually in the same weight division as we're fighting in now, Luke, so there is a link.
There's always a link somewhere. You can see Bilal's looking for these uppercuts and the body shots, and because the guard of Ibrar is so tight, he's struggling to land the shots, and he was hesitating a little bit then, with throwing a couple of the shots.
Good to see Mark Lyson back, isn't it? You know, he's
absolutely
a tough few months. Mark, donate to his daughter Hannah, the Hannah Lyson Foundation. Donate if you can. You know, well publicised for not problems. It's way worse than problems, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mark's been through recently. It's good to see him back in the ring.
Yeah, fantastic guy, Mark, isn't he? One of the nicest guys you can meet as well. He's always up for a chat with you, and he's a very good referee.
Yeah, it's rare, isn't it, nowadays? You get a referee who never seems to attract any criticism.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Mark always seems... Well, you never notice him. That's the best compliment you can play a referee, isn't it?
Just needs to start using that jab a little bit more. There we go. Follow up with a little combination.
Yeah, he's got such a distinct advantage, hasn't he, in reach.
Yeah.
If he can just establish that jab, everything will come off it.
Nice footwork from Bilal as well so far, actually. Aside from that shot in the first round, he didn't really get hit with anything back then through that 3 minutes.
2 rounds down, Bilal Rehman sits down with a big smile on his face, happy with what's happening so far.
Yeah, and so he should be. He's looking dominant in there so far.
So say first 6 round of this, but then we've got a string of 4 rounders. You get to see some of the VIP hopes early on in their careers. Maybe pick up a fighter to follow if he impresses you. And then we're into the more established guys coming at the end. Liam Taylor fought Tyrone Nurse for a British title before, put up a good effort. And then Joe Murray. One of the most viewed knockouts of last year, would you say, when he knocked out Rashid Kashim?
Yeah, it was unbelievable, wasn't it, the way that fight went. And then he's kind of had a little bit of a stop-start thing going on since then, but good to see him back in the ring building, and I think he wants that British title shot now. So we'll see. Get through tonight and we'll see where he can go.
Just looks like he's a little bit more intense here, doesn't it, Bilal, you know, at the start of this round?
Yeah, that's what he needs to be, a little bit busier. He knows not a lot's going to come back from Ibrar, so he can use that jab and then let a few shots go. That was nearly perfect from Billy if he'd caught him on the way in then with that uppercut. I suppose having such a height advantage, it does have a couple of disadvantages, doesn't it, as well? You punching down with your shots, and where he'd usually be picking those uppercuts and those body shots from, it's a very different target today, isn't it?
Yeah, although you know, if you speak to most trainers, they will say if you establish a jab, everything comes from that, and he will be used to fighting smaller people. You know, every day in the gym, I would have thought, because he's not going to find many people who can rival him for height. First thing, guys like Ibrar are so good at soaking up the punishment, aren't they? Well, avoiding the punishment in large parts just becomes a difficult code to break. Trying a bit of side-to-side movement there, just trying to force Ibrar into a mistake.
Just having a look at a few Facebook comments. Luke Ryan, the little man just needs to work his head more, go for the skinny's ribs. It's one way to put it, isn't it?
Luke, run around and tell Joe Pennington that in between rounds. Busy time for VIP fighters at the moment, isn't it? We had Terry Flanagan defending his world title for the 5th time. Not a couple of weeks ago now. Got 5 VIP fighters on the big show in Liverpool tomorrow.
Some of those guys on that show are big prospects for the future, and
we got
some interesting fights on there as well, isn't there?
There is. If you follow the VIP fighters, we've got Tom Farrell, we've got Masha Dodley Appleyard for a Commonwealth belt. Masha probably never dreamt he'd be fighting for a Commonwealth title. Ryan the Monk Mulcahy, big step up, fighting Andy Keats. Steve Brogan, a rematch with Henry James. Some good fights for VIP fighters tomorrow. If you've followed us over the last couple of years, you'll have seen a lot of those guys on these kind of shows.
And of course, Mark Evans is in with Paul Economides, isn't he, on that show? Oh, no, he's not. Never mind.
Breaking news, Economides had to withdraw, I think, with a medical issue, so I think Mark Evans is off the fight.
There we go then, you heard it here first. Good round for Bilal, just as we were talking then. Just seemed to up it a little bit in that one.
At what stage in a prospect's career do you, like Bilal could box rings around Ibrar Riyaz all night, at what stage do we want to see him really step it up and really show us what he's capable of?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? As fans, you want to see these guys step up as quickly as possible, but if you're managing them or in the corner, it's a completely different thing, because you want to make sure they're ready for that test. For example, now Mulcahy's in with Andy Keats. That's a big step up for him. I suppose it's all about timing, isn't it? And it's different for every fighter. But judging from these opening 3 rounds, Bilal's more than capable of stepping up next time out.
No, 4th round, Bilal there just easily getting out of the way of Ibrar. It's one thing getting out of the way, but that's what I'm saying, Lou. Like, he got out of the way, but then you've got to make him pay for missing. And that's the next step, isn't it, for guys like Bilal? Everything's there. These tall guys, quite often, they won't have many stoppages on the record early, but when they find the range and they work out how to land those powerful counter punches, they can become real dangerous guys.
And that all comes with learning, doesn't it? Sparring, and then of course getting in the ring and fighting these guys. And you never know, you see a lot of guys that get better as they step up the class of opponent. And Bilal may be one of those guys when he can land that uppercut, for example, when his opponent's throwing more shots.
Yeah, just look back through time. Thomas Hearn's a big puncher. Diego Corrales could punch. Even lastly, Indongo, a big guy, he could punch. It's just about working out how to take advantage of your advantages, the long arms and the nice long reach.
That was a lovely uppercut with the right hand there that Bilal just landed.
Lee does. This is at Manchester Victoria Warehouse. If you stick with us later on, we've got Joe Murray, Olympian, former British title challenger, only been beaten by Liam Walsh, who fights Gervonta Davis for the IBF Super Featherweight title in a couple of weeks. That's Joe's only defeat. He's headlining the bill tonight. He's taking on Reynaldo Sahina. Stick around. Joe's on a bit of a tear at the moment. He wants all the big names in Britain. Scored one of the biggest knockouts of last year. I'm sure it'll be exciting later on.
Yeah, Michael Watkinson is Sharpie on tonight. He is. He's in with Sam Wall. Scheduled for 20 to 9. We'll see how we're getting on. He'll be in the ring roughly at that time, though. Bilal's just cruising through this at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, I can't lie. I would like to see him just step it up and see if he could make a significant dent in Ibrar. Ibrar's dropping his hands now. He's pretty confident. Feels not confident in getting a win or anything like that, but confident he's not going to get hurt. I think it'd be. But Bilal's got a lot of potential. It'd be good to see him just up it here now.
I think that might be a sign that he's ready to take a little step up now. Now he's used to fighting these guys. See what he has when people are firing. Well, they're going in there with the intention of getting the win. It's different ball game then, isn't it?
It might suit somebody like Bilal, having somebody who's willing to open up and willing to leave gaps.
Lee Gray, thanks for the stream from the British troops in Estonia. Hashtag VIP Boxing Live on Twitter, of course. Tweet in any questions for us, anything you want us to talk about. And of course on the Unilad Sports page.
Yeah, I'm sure our British troops in Estonia are doing us proud in the bars of Tallinn. Going on round 5 here.
This one's scheduled for 6, of course.
Straight up after this, we got Jake Bolger from the Finest Gym, and then Omar Douzeri. Could be anything. If you tune in for Mikey Castell, I'm afraid that fight's off. Eric and Wankwo came in about 8 pounds over the weight there, so they couldn't come to an agreement for Mikey's debut. And then we've got another debutant, James Moorcroft, Liam Griffiths, ever dependable Liam Griffiths, Sharpie Oldham, Sam Wall, Russ Cooksey on his debut with Stefan Sashov, John Putnam in the boot Telford against Darryl Sharp, Mickey Ellis and Carl Wilde, Liam Taylor, James Gorman, and then John Murray, Ronaldo Sahina.
Nice right up from the southpaw stance from Bilal. Just like you said earlier, need to see him up his work rate a little bit, don't we now? Taking it easy, just cruising. Nothing wrong with that, of course, but...
Andy Creme de la Creme just sending me some abuse there. He's taken a break from eating Florida fried chicken to ask why we're not doing Facebook shouts. We are doing, Andy, if you listen, if you put the phone down from the takeaway and listen to what we're saying, we are giving out Facebook shouts. Creme de la Creme's back out, isn't he, in May, after his shoulder problems?
Fantastic show, that, isn't it? Some of the biggest prospects on that card.
Yeah, it's good to see Kremner back. Talented, he's a good character as well. Big lad, he's training with Matthew Hatton now. Serious shoulder injury that, he's just done well to recover from it.
That was nice work from Bilal, just teasing to the head with the jab and then landing a body shot. Ibrar's getting a little bit frustrated in there, he's just calling him on and talking to him, but I think he wants more of a fight. Yeah. And as you can see from Bilal's face, he's loving every second of it.
Yeah, Ibrar's calling him. It's obviously working, isn't it, what Bilal's doing? Ibrar wants it in close, doesn't he? That's close is safe, as Billy Graham once told me about the Hatton Zoo fight. Everyone thought that Ricky was at risk at puncher's range, but actually close was safe because it took away all Zoo's leverages. Yeah. And it's the same for Ibrar, isn't it? Tonight, if he's close, Bilal's advantages are all gone.
Bilal showed a bit of maturity there, though. He didn't get drawn into that. He's still picking his shots nicely, using that jab effectively. Back to southpaw, then to orthodox.
Nice little left hook there from Bilal, and putting up a gut behind it. Yeah, when he lets his hands go, when he gets the jab in first, when he gets the first shot off and then follows it up, he looks a good fighter, Bilal.
Bonnie Marie on the Facebook stream on Unilad. What time's Brett Fido on? He's on third against Omar Douzeri. Probably about 20 to 8 around that time.
Yeah, I agree with Keith Marner, who's commented on the Unilad stream on Facebook. Riyaz really does give these young lads a good workout. If you look at him there, he's just saying to his corner he's in no trouble, he's happy to go.
He doesn't really need a corner, does he, Ibrar?
No.
He just kind of sits down, have a swig of his drink and then gets back up.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Being papped there by the First Lady of Boxing, Luke. Karen Priestley.
Seconds out, 6th and final round.
Here we go for round 6. Bilal's not really been in trouble, has he? He's cruised through this, but another box tick for him.
Yeah, this will take him to Bilal to 8-0. Couple of knockouts along the way. Knockout's not really looked close, has it, tonight? Although he puts a nice right uppercut in there behind a jab. I wonder if he might just see him go for a couple of gears here in the last 3 minutes.
He hasn't gone looking for the knockout either, has he? He's been comfortable behind his jab and hasn't taken any risks. Again, Ibrar's just calling him on there. I've never seen Ibrar this frustrated before, you know. He's really chasing Bilal here, isn't he? He's not happy. Lovely upper body movement though from Bilal there, and then the footwork.
That's the first woo of the night as well, wasn't it?
If you've not seen Ibrar before, he's renowned for wooing at his opponents throughout the fight.
James Roberts again getting another stamp on his loyalty card, Luke. You know, he's with us every show, James. Saying he couldn't wait to watch the next VIP boxing show. James must spend more hours watching and listening to us than's probably good for him, I think.
Yeah. Listen to us talk rubbish for too long.
Big fan of Andy Creme de la Creme as well. He'll get to put a face to a voice soon. James will be happy about that. There's lots of side-to-side movement here from Bilal. The job's done, isn't it? He's not going to get involved now.
It's just been a solid performance all round, hasn't it, really?
That didn't move me, Ibrar just said then. A couple of times he's landed a nice left hook there, Bilal. You know, he's the check hook as they call it nowadays. He's just caught him with it as Ibrar's come in a couple of times, and a couple of nice little times on the inside.
Yeah, he's just had a little ticking off for his talking there, Ibrar. Unsurprisingly. I think he's talked more than us this round.
Clever use of the head there as well. You see him just trying to lift up Bilal's chin with his head. All the old tricks these guys pick up. Yeah, safe as houses there, Bilal Rehman. Let us know what you think if you're watching on Unilad or Twitter. Give us a shout, share the links, make sure all your friends who like boxing are watching. If there's no other boxing on tonight, we've got a captive audience. Some good fighters coming up later tonight. Some guys you may want to keep an eye on in the future. Pass on the link, share them around on your phone. Try and get some big viewing figures tonight. Martin Supple just letting me know that he's bought a wine cooler, but he's going to use it for beer and not wine.
A big round of applause for your two fighters this evening. And your referee, Mr. Mark Lyson, scores this contest 59 points to 56 points in favour. And fighting out of the red corner, Bilal, Billy the Kid, Rehman.
59-56, very generous, I think, to Ibrar Riyaz. Maybe the referee just gave him a couple of
the
credit
last
for the last
maybe.
round.
Just Ibrar a bit more intent in that last round, and